Join us in this episode as we sail down the coast of Norway along an exposed stretch of coastline, visiting some interesting islands and soaking up the beauty. With a few scary experiences along the way.
See that one?
I'm Jasmine, and these are my parents, Guy and Joe. And this is our home, Free Spirit. Come join us on our adventures. It was the beginning of August and we set off from the harbour on the island of Kvitsøy. Our time in Norway was running out, and over the next week or so we would have to pick up the pace, travelling down the coast before eventually crossing into Sweden. This exposed stretch of coastline is one of the most dangerous in Norway, with little shelter and turbulence from the meeting of the Atlantic and Norwegian coastal currents, so we had to take advantage of the calm conditions. We passed Lindesnes Lighthouse, Norway's most southerly point. We broke up the journey, stopping off in some beautiful places to ground ourselves again and soak up the beautiful scenery. Before continuing onwards. Eventually we came to a small, well-protected anchorage through a narrow inlet in Olavon. We decided to spend a day or two here and explore the islands. To the west was the lovely island of Kapelløya. Something strange had washed ashore. A troll that had been turned to stone. We tried our best not to wake it from its slumber. Across the island, lovely pathways and bridges had been erected. If you wind your way through the maze of rock, you'll come to a small lighthouse that lies at the end of the island. To the east is the island of Helgløya. Helgloyer is riddled with German fortifications from World War II. Work began here in 1942 and was largely carried out by prisoners of war and Norwegian workers, with most of the construction being done by hand. Many of the old guns and bunkers are still accessible. It cast an eerie feel on this otherwise beautiful place. There is a vast underground network of tunnels that were fun to explore and offered protection from the occasional downpour. In these politically turbulent times, it was unsettling to be surrounded by so much machinery of war. This was a place of great contrasts. The next day we set off again. To avoid the swell, we wound our way through the protected waters in between the islands and islets whenever we could, so we were reluctant to raise the sails. Occasionally we had to nip across more exposed areas of coast. It was quite nerve-wracking having to squeeze our way in through small gaps in the islands, especially with a following strong wind and swell pushing us forward. There was little room for error. We dropped anchor in a beautiful inlet. It was nice to stop for a while and take time to reconnect with nature again. We set off in our kayaks to explore this myriad of islands. After a very strange footspar, we wandered off into the woods. We spotted a mink. Mink aren't native to Norway. The population here will have originated from fur farms, an inhumane practice that is now outlawed in Norway. In some places, these escapees are a threat to the native wildlife, affecting local ecosystems. From a vantage point, we watched as fish swam through the clear waters. Soon it was time to set off again. We stopped off in Lillesand to stock up with supplies and sit out a thunderstorm. We continued our way east along the southern coast. Finally, we dropped anchor off Yonfrand, our last major stop before heading across to Sweden. The island is part of a national park with a huge variety of habitats and home to lots of different wildlife species. In the island's centre are 2 lighthouses, often described as the characterising feature of the area. The island originated as a glacial moraine deposit from the last ice age. On the southwestern tip of the island, a navigation marker stands towering over the boulders as a beacon to passing ships. Large flocks of starlings forage along the shoreline. Weather-beaten pine trees stretch their branches out across the rocky ground. The tall mixed forests further inland owe their existence to these hardy pioneers that over generations form the soil from which other plants can grow. We set off once again, heading to what we hoped would be our last anchorage in Norway. Skuterviken is a well-hidden pool used by smugglers in the past. The entrance is very tricky to navigate, with narrow passages and many shallow rocks. Unaware of quite how narrow the navigable channel was, we slammed straight into the rock. Luckily, we were able to reverse off. It was very difficult to manoeuvre in such a tight space without a bow thruster, and we were forced to try an alternative but very shallow route.
Okay, we've got to watch our depths here.
Oh my god, go a bit more that way.
No, we're all right. We're all right. We are going to hit rock.
A bit more that way. Eek, 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 eek. I don't even see that one.
Shit!
After a very stressful few minutes, we made it through to the pool. Fortunately, our steel keel had only sustained minimal damage, and the boat was fine. We decided to slowly head back out again, with me directing from the front and paying very close attention to the depths. Fortunately, we made it through unscathed, but a little shaken by the experience, and were able to continue our journey to a nearby marina to recover and assess the damage. Please like and subscribe. A huge thank you to my incredible patrons for helping to support the production of these videos. If you'd like to help, as well as getting early ad-free videos, then click the link in the description and join my Patreon account. Thanks for watching! Join us next time as we leave Norway, sailing across the Skagerrak to Sweden. And begin our exploration of Sweden's beautiful Bohuslän coast.
bleeding.
Why are you bleeding?
The snails.
Snails are chewing me, eating me alive. This is what it feels like to be eaten alive. Wow.
Oh, I've got snails coming in.
And yet you carry on.
I've never seen anything like it. These snails
Are you-
voracious.
You're feeling masochistic
They're
and really
moving
enjoying it.
so fast, but they've found a sweet point around my little toe, and they're clustering, and they've found blood.